We cannot wait for our guest presenter here today. We are absolutely thrilled to introduce you to Miss Brooke Silva, also known as Brooke the Nerd. Brooke is hailing from Boston, which leads, of course, up to our walk-in music. Brooke is the regional tech trainer for the New England region, and she is ridiculously knowledgeable when it comes to running a real estate business using systems and models and technology to automate the processes and the things that we do on a regular basis. And so without further ado, I am absolutely honored to introduce you to Brooke the Nerd, Brooke Silva, aka Salty Dog Brooke. What's up, Brooke?
Hi. Also, your cousin from Boston. So that's what a lot of the other labs advisors call me. I will try to make sure my New England accent is on check. I have worked very hard for years to get that in check. So we're gonna have a lot of wicked fun times. We're gonna go through one of my favorite things. One of my favorite things is giving you back time. And we're actually going to pull more than 6 hours. 6 hours is usually what this course gives our agents back. Who wants 6 hours back a week? I mean, raise your hand, your digital hand, put it in the chat. I mean, if you want 6 hours back, I want to give you 6 hours back. Usually when I sit with rainmakers or someone who's looking to add that first hire, the first thing we do is we look at these and I say, okay, let me give you 6 hours back. Maybe I can get you 6 months before you make that hire so we can get you through CV, so we can get the right hire, get your ops in and get you organized. So that's my jam. So now you're going to ask, Zach's got access to my slides. He's got access to the worksheets, but I'm also going to put a link in the chat because I love giving everything we do. I want you to have a resource to go to things. I'm going to talk about 2 books today. I hope one is very familiar to you, but I don't want you to be scribbling down. This is interactive. I want you playing with us, and this is a big conversation. So let's get ready to take 6 hours back your week. Ready, Zach? Ready, Jack?
Ready,
Zach
Brooke.
and Jack. Whew, that's a lot for this New Englander to say on. All right. So one of my favorite books that I've read my entire life and every career I've been in is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So what we need, our first big rock of getting 6 hours back is actually a paradigm shift in your thinking. It's to protect your lead gen time. Let me tell you, I am a social beast. If I'm in the office, I want to chit chat. I want to do different things. But today we're going to talk about aha moments as our first rock in the paradigm shift of protecting your lead gen. And again, this is on the website, so don't feel like you have to QR code it and get to it. I give you everything. Okay. So what is a paradigm shift and why does this scientific term relate to us in real estate? Okay. Follow me on this. A paradigm shift is a major change in how people think. We define these at KW as ahas. So when you're like, oh my God, ahas, I like to ask, what's one thing you're going to take and implement immediately? That is a paradigm shift. In a paradigm shift, you still have to review the original models and systems to have breakthroughs. So think Big Bang Theory, right? Think scientific. You have to use the original models and systems to get through a breakthrough or an aha. That's the paradigm shift. They're important because how we attack these paradigms and these shifts in our thinking lead to mindset or limiting beliefs. How many of you have heard the phrase limiting beliefs? Right? We all suffer from them. You are not alone. Okay? So paradigm shifts will help you with limiting beliefs and protecting your lead gen. Because what do all of us do? We reinvent the wheel, right? We ignore the big red book, right? This is how I get more height during the day. But we ignore this. So when we sit down with leadership when we're struggling, the first thing we do is we go back to the models and systems. We realign our thinking. We protect our lead gen time. And so we've got to stop reinventing the wheel, right? How many of you have seen the triangle of, there's creativity and then there's models and systems. And you're not alone. Market centers do this, TLs do this, OPs, productivity coaches, they all do it. I do it. I got to get wrangled back every now and then because we try to flip that triangle over and you're balancing on that point, and that's unstable. So if you're struggling with time, with lead gen, devour the MREA starting on page 133. And if you don't have an MREA, please check in with your leadership. We have a ton of them. I like to sign them and write nice notes and give them away. 133 is the page to start on to understand the lead gen model. The other thing is stick up a sign, tape it to your back, put it on your hoodie, put it on your door. And I've provided you guys a sign that says, do not disturb, lead gen in progress. Thank you. If you are not able to tell another agent, I'm sorry, I'm in my lead gen time, I can't talk, let the sign do the talking for you. Let the sign do the talking for you and protect your lead gen time. Protect it at all costs. No leads, no listings, no leverage, no business. Your one job as an agent is to get leads and form relationships, okay? And then we're going to talk about this further, but it's to utilize smart plans and tasks. So you have a list of who you should be contacting, how you should be contacting them, and what you're going to say. So we give everything. I would love this. Like, oh, I just walk in, I turn on my phone and it's like lead gen in a box. Everybody's going to be queued up. And now this is huge. Agents spend at least an hour a day chatting with peers and accidentally avoiding lead gen. We are social beings. We want to be in the offices. We want to be with our peers. We're getting back to the market centers. Places are opening back up. So I'll give you this tip. Block in your calendar time to socialize. So you have 1 hour lead gen. You have a 15-minute block to get up, stretch your legs, kiss the baby, shake the hands. You go back to your desk and you pin and you tape that sign back to the back of your head. I would love to see pictures of it taped to the backs, your backs and the back of your heads. It may stick to some people better in this room, I'm looking, but put it on, right? Time block that. Because that 1 hour, you get derailed by another agent or you get into a conversation. Now, all of a sudden, you've got to go to an appointment. And I'm guilty of this. How many of you have done this where you're like, oh, I chit-chatted all morning and got 0 leads called. Now, you know what? It's okay. Tomorrow, I'll double up how many I'm going to call. And then guess what? Oh my God, your favorite agent. You haven't seen them in years. Let's go get lunch. Let's go get early breakfast. And now another day, no leads. No lead generation's happening. Stick the sign, put no staples, little tape, back of the shirt, on your door. And it's if you want to add your logo, you can pull this as a PDF right into Designs and add your logos to it. Or add your phrases, whatever you want to do. Okay, so that's 1 hour, Jack. 1 hour. Are you guilty of it at the market centers? I have been.
Yes.
Who else? Who else is guilty? Raise your hand or put it in the chat. Are you pointing at yourself or each other? Because on my screen, you're pointing at each other right now. It's awesome. All right, so we've got a paradigm shift in protecting our lead gen. Any questions before we go to number 2? Clarity is power. You can, but I like these because they don't look like everything else. So switch it up. One day make it blue, one day make it red, because it becomes like noise. It's like you can become nose blind when you have the same smells in your house, right? When you see the same things, you become anesthetized to it. Put something new up. Shock them. Maybe you get like a little buzzer. Shock them when they open the door if they're not protecting their lead gen time. No, don't shock them. That's Boston stuff. Here's the biggest thing. If you don't market in command, it didn't happen. If you do not mark an activity down, a phone call, left a message, a text, a two-way message on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Houzz, Pinterest, it didn't happen. Because your business can't live in your head. Productivity coaches can't validate what goes on in your head. We can't prescribe business help to you for things that live in your head. If it doesn't happen and it's not loggable, traceable, it didn't happen. Okay, friends? Clean data. Do you have a database or do you have a data bank? I will always ask that question. One of my main classes I teach is database to data bank, and it's mind-boggling. Okay? Clean data wins always. Always. This is going to be hard. This is going to be so hard. It's okay to stop playing internet detectives. I said it. It's unpopular because, gosh darn it, I paid for this lead and I'm going to ferret out every piece of information on this person and they're mine. Whether they want to be contacted this way and they didn't provide it, they're mine. So guess what? You're spending at least an hour or more looking for missing information. Anybody done that? You can, yep, it's okay. We are all friends that do that here, right? We are all friends because we feel, well, they filled out the form. They love me. They want me to contact them. Let me spend 3 hours digging through Fast People Search, white pages. Maybe I can pay somebody to do this. Stop. Create client intake forms. Whatever you need to get to 100%, that should be on your client intake form. And I've provided you my version of the healthy contact sheet, and it tells you every single piece of information you need to get to 100% in your database. And that's on that website, so don't scramble, don't feel like you got to go run and grab it, but that cheat sheet's there for you. Use smart plans. Marty Miller has 2 smart plans called missing phone number, missing email. Somebody comes in on a lead form, you can't get a hold of them one way, they didn't give you accurate information the other way, set it, forget it, put it in the wind. Let's not pour tons of energy into people who don't want to be contacted. That is a hard thing in our world. Isn't it hurt? Who you buy leads or you're working hard on Facebook leads and you can't get accurate information. There's a reason. They actually don't want real info. They just wanted to shut the system up and get to that info. And it's okay, because we're going to pour energy into the people who do want to be contacted to do business with us. So agents do spend at least an hour a day looking for missing information. So now we've got another hour back. Guys, another hour back, because we are going to use 2 smart plans, set it, forget it, and when they reply, we update. Does that sound easy? Would you like to spend 30 seconds or 30 minutes?
30 seconds.
That's right. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Okay. 3. Any questions on that, guys, actually, before I go on? Okay, put your super sleuth hats away and your magnifying glasses and your fun inspector gadget mustache. Like, it's okay. Because we got smart plans to take care of the detective work. So you can be agents, not secret agents, not detectives. Real estate. Okay. Any questions? I can't tell if that's a hand, Audrey, or you're just poking me. Okay. The command app. Where has this been our entire lives? I run my RTT world by the MREA. I make different type of phone calls than you do, but I run my world by the MREA, by 36 touches, by birthdays, by like anniversaries of my TLs joining. I am living in the command world. This is leverage. This is the most fantastic tool to remember everything. This is the one point, if you want to take out your phone and you don't have it, hover your camera over the Apple QR code or hover your code over the little Android. Who's an Android and who's an Apple user? Put it in the chat. This is like one of my favorite things to know. Here's your time. Apple, good. Whew. Okay, easy, Apple. There's only one Apple. I think somebody's going to be scared to put Android out. Do we have Android going once? Oh, Robert. Oh, okay. We got a couple Androids. It's a big fight on the RTT and Labs Advisor world, just so you know. Something we argue about constantly, which is best. Agents spend an hour or more a week trying to remember who they talked to, when they talked to them, and what they talked about. If you have your people loaded into your data bank and you open your command app, you are tapping to touch, tapping to text, and it is asking you how you want to log it. Was it no answer? Did you leave a voicemail? Did you connect? We have a question? Okay. That's another hour just by using the app to help you complete the lead gen tasks you have to do. How many of you are using the command app right now? I know Zach is, I know Jack is. Guys, the birthdays, right? Oh my God. It's like my favorite thing. I log in the morning, like 3 birthdays, boom, boom, boom. Oh, I'm supposed to send a text, boom, boom, boom. Easy peasy. It's like angels came down, sprinkle little nerd dust. It's my favorite. Okay, there we go. More time back, right? So now you're not going, oh God, when did I call Zach? What do we talk about? I've talked to like 30 people today. And then the other thing is I'm on the road a lot. I know Zach's on the road a lot. The voice to text, you can be in the command app, tap the keyboard, use the voice to text, and you tell it the notes when you're on the road. I use my CarPlay. Oh, I mean, it's hysterical to see how my voice to text translates sometimes, so we have to edit the notes. But use it if you're sitting there. Just voice to text, try it. Hey, talk to Zach today about possibly listing his 4th vacation home in Minnesota. Send him a CMA. And then you go in and you add a task. Right? Easy. So simple. Questions on that? Did everybody grab the app if you didn't have it? And again, are on the website, so don't worry. Okay, Red app. All right. Questions on this? This is my favorite thing. This probably takes 6 hours. Go ahead, Tom.
Hi, thanks. From the app, and I want to text, is it using my Twilio number to text?
You get to pick. So when you
Okay.
tap the text,
That's right,
it'll come
that's
up. It'll say, do you want to use your native or do you want to use your Twilio?
I've got to be careful because I use Google Voice for my business stuff.
Mhm.
That's the problem with, that's a challenge sometimes. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And my nerd trick is I put the Twilio number in my contact card or my Google Voice. And so every phone number that I may reach out to them with is in my contact card and I share that. Okay.
So you text message all of your contacts or anybody you meet new, you text them with your contact card that already has your Twilio number. So when they get a text from your cell phone, it shows up as you.
Right.
When you text from your Twilio number, it shows up as you.
Correct. And I do say to them, hey, you're going to receive texts sometimes from my business text line. Sometimes when I'm on my computer, it's just so much easier to type. So if you ever have questions, reach out to me on my personal cell or my Google Voice, whatever you got. Okay. That's a great question. Thank you. Smart plans. Work smarter, not harder. Is that as New England as I can get for you guys? Like work smarter, not harder. Work smarter, not harder. Smart plans make the agent smarter because guess what? Your client has no idea what a smart plan is. They don't know what a drip campaign is. You do. And the whole point is to make you more human more often. But more important, this is the biggest takeaway on smart plans. They help you keep the promises you made to stay in touch or do specific things. I'm going to read that again because it is so important. It is not about automation. It is not about getting something out because somebody told you 36 touches is what you had to be on. Smart plans help you keep the promises you made to communicate. Go ahead, Tom.
So we have so many smart plans, and it seems to me that many of them are more or less duplicated by different authors. The challenge seems to me to be, well, how do we know what are the good ones? I take a look at the authors and I take a look at how many people are using it. I would like to see the smart plan library
Oh, wait.
trimmed.
You're a slide ahead of me, friend. And on my
I'm
website, I give you all my favorite ones. I always stick to the KW ones. Yep. So I'm going to give you my favorite smart plans in a couple minutes, and it's going to make, these are what you need. If you want to do Facebook ads and you want to set certain ones up, I always stick to the RTTs and the well-known celebrities. So Marty Miller, Kimber Walton, Zach, Jack, all of us, because we know how smart plans work and deploy. When it comes to birthdays, home anniversaries, always use the KW ones. They built them to work the way they're supposed to, and they go off without a hitch. Okay? Real estate is an experience and not a price point. That's the other thing Smart Plans does, is whether you are buying an $85,000 mobile home or a $20 million mansion, you are giving the same experience across the board. And just because I'm buying a mobile home doesn't mean Aunt Lucy isn't looking for a realtor to sell her 2.2. Real estate is an experience, not a price point. Smart Plans help us with that. And it helps you know, again, who to contact, how to contact, what to say. Because well-written smart plans by your RTTs or KW put the dialogues right in. So you are either copying and pasting or just reading. Internalize it. It makes it so much easier. So here's your time suck. Agents spend at least an hour a day trying to cherry pick or figure out who to call and what to talk about. Smart Plans change that for you. Because again, using Command Mobile, having your clients on Smart Plans, now Command is going to tell you who to call when, or who to text, or who to message, or who to post on social media, and the cherry picking stops. Because how many of you have had somebody come up on your screen and you were like, good Lord, I have zero desire to contact this person. I don't want to. Hey, if they cause you that much pain, if you get stomach acid, a little agina, archive them. If they make your stomach acid churn, they don't belong in your world, or they don't deserve the energy you have. Okay? Questions on Smart Plans, because here are my Smart Plans that win. And again, friends, if you QR code this, you can download my Smart Plans cheat sheet. It's also on the website. And here are all my favorite ones. There's 2 pages of them. These are almost all KW ones, except for the 2 Marty Miller ones, that missing email and the missing phone number. Okay. Questions on the Smart Plans or where to get it? So no more cherry picking. No more worrying about the cherry picking. There's another hour.
Hey, Brooke, I did want to add something. I got a private message that somebody was very careful about putting their contacts on a birthday smart plan or a home anniversary plan, but they found they didn't repeat. And I was typing into the chat, but I just wanted to add it in here. For those of you early adopters in Command, if you downloaded the birthday smart plan right when it came out in the library, there was a bug in that smart plan that didn't allow it to repeat. And they didn't catch it until it got through basically like 9 months. And so then they re-released the new smart plan. And so if you've been using Command for a while, go download the newest birthday smart plan, remove your old birthday smart plan, take note of who was on your birthday smart plan, re-put them on the new plan. That'll ensure that they repeat and they continue every single time. Smart plans, both the birthday and the home anniversary. So early adopters, it would behoove you to go re-download it, and then transfer everyone to the new one. That way, you know it's going to repeat every year. So
smart. So smart. Thank you. I forgot about that because we've been doing this forever. Like we forget. So more questions on Smart Plans before we move on? Cool. Intentional is one of my favorite words. Intentional can sometimes be difficult in our world because we are so busy juggling multiple plates and spinning them. But intentional opportunities will help you have the same experience for every buyer and every seller. Because remember, real estate is an experience, not a price point. How many of you have ever been like, oh, I forgot to send this? Opportunities is going to set you free. Set you free. Oops, I forgot to update my title. All right, so map it out on paper. Map your experience out on paper first. Start with, how did the buyer come in? When are they looking to do something, and have you validated it? And then what does it look like to be on that experience with you, from nurture to close and keeping in relationship? Okay. Map it out every stage. If you have a stage you need to add or remove, you have the ability to do that. What's it like to have a seller experience with you? What does it look like in the tasks? In the stages and phases, do you have something in the closing pipeline that says change buyer tag to bought and add seller? Because your buyers should become sellers. Are we putting them on a home anniversary smart plan immediately during the closing phase? Add that checklist item. So either you or a TC or an admin are doing those things, so that way it doesn't come up a year later in your memories and you're like, oh, I forgot to send a card, right? I forgot to send a card to my clients. I'm not staying in touch. Okay, put those things. Like I said, it helps you give the same experience across the board to every buyer or seller, no matter the price point, and you never forget important dates. Because our world, all dates, inspections, appraisals, when things are due, when money's due, escrow, mortgage deadlines. There's so many things we need to know that when you get intentional, you now become in control of your full pipeline, and you have actual insight and visibility top down into your business. How many of you have ever been asked, how's business? Right now, we're all running around with our hair on fire, right? We've never seen markets like this. But in the past, what have you said? It's good. So now I ask you, Jack, you say to me, Brookie, how's business? I can go, my God, I have 3 who are looking at homes. We've got this. I've got 6 closings next week. I've got this. I got that. Like, I can have a conversation with Jack or my coach or my team leader or leadership about what actually is happening in my business instead of, it's good. I'm busy. Busy is not an emotion. Busy is an excuse to not talk about what's going on in your world. So this gives you full looks. Start the client at the nurture stage. Don't only use opportunities as a way to get paid, because it gives you valuable insight on how long it takes you to get someone through each stage of the pipeline by updating a few dates. So you know, wow, it takes me an average of 18 days to go from nurture to them signing the buyer's agreement. That's all information that's going to start populating for you when you use opportunities as a way to project manage your business, not just get paid. It can open up your world. This is the big one. Agents spend 2 to 3 hours a day dealing with the business of doing real estate. This can mean dealing with inspectors, lenders, titles, mortgage people, putting out fires, juggling those plates. Opportunities is fire prevention. It's not just how to get paid. This one is the biggest time suck. And opportunities is going to give you the 2 to 3 hours back a day or a week that you spend just trying to be the busyness of being in business. Opportunities will change your world. And it's also where you can gain time back before having to hire an admin. And I'll tell you this too. My agents who run through this and have clarity in their pipelines and how they do business are more likely to keep their first admin than agents who do not, because you are setting up that first hire to fail because you don't know your business and you're expecting an admin to come in and put the fires out and clean up your mess. So to help you save time, money, and resources and headaches, get clear on this. Write it out, work with your RTTs, work with your leadership, and we'll help you get it in. Opportunities will set you free. Honestly, fire prevention. Questions? on what we just talked about?
So, Brooke, I just also popped into the chat from our great MCTTs from the Northern California, Hawaii region have mastermind and put together an opportunities checklist template in a Google Drive. So I've also shared that.
I love that. And it's so unique to you, your business, your state laws. Like in our world, in some of my states, the mortgage people do the inspections and appraisers. And then in some of my states, it's on the agent to get the appraisals and the inspectors and set up those appointments. So it's different everywhere. So also make sure you're looking at your local laws, things you have to abide by, stuff like that. 2 to 3 hours a day that you could claim back. Guys, we're over 6 now, right? Like we are over 6. So here's some action steps. Unsure where your time's going? This was one of the greatest things one of my managers did for me early in my career. He said, log everything you do for a solid week. Have a scratch pad next to you, write the time, what you're doing as you're going through everything, because you're going to see where you're wasting time or you're doing things that aren't good for your business. Adjust anything that takes you out of lead gen during your lead gen time block. Time block for elsewhere. And I time block everything on my calendar, from working out to meal prep to going to get the kids. Everything in my world is time blocked, because I'll forget about things. If it hurts your business, take it out. I want you to have great relationships with the agents in your brokerage and the staff and the leadership. But if it takes you out of lead gen, it hurts your business, there's time for it. Apply the 5 ways to take back 6 hours, right? Those are 5 small steps, small things between the smart plans, the app opportunities, and just getting clarity on, I need to not be chit-chatting, or I need to protect my lead gen time, or maybe I only go to the office after I'm done lead gen in my quiet office at home. Okay. And you may find you take back so much more time while also building your operations manual so that when you're ready for that first hire, it's going to hurt less. So much less pain when you know what you're doing. And then work with your market center leadership or your RTT, MCTT. This is the stuff we love to do. This is our nerdy, giddy fun time. We love this. So let us help you. We want to help you. And then if you have any questions between myself, Jack, Zach, anyone in the regions, we're always here to help you. I've got all kinds of fun resources on my website. It's not just New England. So, I mean, some of it might be with New England logos on it, but please take advantage of anything I have on the website, from the lead gen calculators to any fun things. I was hoping for a Hawaii tour, not NorCal. So we'll see, right? It's up to Zach. I would love to come out. If I'm out that area, I will certainly visit.
We will make it happen.
Jack, you're like a hop, skip, and a jump away. I could be there at any time, honestly. Cool. So my email's up there, my resources, my website, and these guys know how to get a hold of me at any single time.
I love that you have salty@kw.com as an email address. That's amazing.
Yep.
Groundbreaking.
We're going to open this up for Q&A. Yes, yes, they do. We're going to open this up for Q&A in just a moment. However, I just wanted to thank you, Brooke. Your wealth of knowledge and information around automating in our real estate businesses is just absolutely unprecedented. It was just so valuable having you here to help us think a little bit differently on how and what we're doing with our time. And so I think I can speak for everyone that says you are welcome in our regions anytime you are willing to come. We will
absolutely.
Make it happen.
I love it. Thank you. I love this. It is my absolute pleasure to share my insanity with you all and how I think about some of these things just a little different.
For those of you watching the recording, look for that QR code in the slide at the beginning of the recording so that you can access all of these great resources that we were sharing inside the chat in the live class. And let's take this opportunity to open it up for Q&A. What questions do you guys have for Brooke, Jack, or myself?
So we have one question first. Salty@kw.com. Do you care to tell the backstory, Brooke?
Boys, do you want to take that or you want me to dig into it? I know, like, don't be scared.
You got it.
Sometimes I get a little salty when I don't like some of the things that get pushed out if I feel that they don't follow the MREA or help agent productivity. I'm not about bells and whistles. I'm about the basics and adding on there. So sometimes I kindly remind people in my Boston way about the needs of our agents. So I'm protecting you. So I get a little salty every now and then about things. So that's how that came about, because it's always me with a hand raised in our RTT circles or when we're on labs. And I'm like, I need some clarity on this. This makes no sense for my agents. So.
Yeah, Brooke is not afraid to be the voice of the agents in our community with all of our technology, and that can come off as salty, and we love her for it.
I say I do it with a smile. It's salt with a smile, I promise.
Another question came through in chat. Vanessa said, "Hi, brand new agent here. Any tips for a baby agent, quote unquote, with a strong background in medical sales
and business development?" Is that what your BDM is? Business development management, Vanessa?
I'm guessing that is correct. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
B2B relationships are some of my favorite things. Remember, every single person in your data bank has done something in their life, whether it's they were in real estate, tech sales. Don't discount the company field and the job title field, because as a new agent, you're also building your vendor list. Everybody needs something. I need a good eyebrow person. Zach may not need a good eyebrow person, but let me tell you, I can sort my data bank and pull out the best estheticians and eyebrow goddesses around me. And I want to give back to my community. So nurture and bring value to those business to business relationships you may already have, but don't barf real estate. Don't come off as, I'm in a new role and I want to sell. Who do you know that looks to buy, sell, refer, invest in real estate? Start natural conversations and just update people and let them know that you've changed worlds and you still value your relationships with them. Then ask permission to start marketing. I know you and trust you. And I know that if something comes from me in my email marketing or something I'm trying to do and it doesn't sound like my voice, that you're going to reach out and respect me and tell me it's not my voice. Can you do that for me? Right. So now you're coming from value and you're asking for help and contribution, right? Don't have sales breath, right? Zach put it in there. Do not have sales breath. Do not have, we tell our tech trainers, no more command breath. It stinks. Nobody wants to. It does not smell like Kool-Aid, right? Tech is scary. I don't train on tech. I train on good business. Train on the MREA. How can you bring value to your agents? So do the same thing in your business. How can you bring value outside of real estate? Because girls, boys, they know you're in real estate. Why? Because you put it everywhere. You put it everywhere. You get car magnets. You have your realtor smile. You have your big realtor hair. You are catfishes. You don't look like you when you go to the properties. You don't, right? It's so true. Just be you. Be genuine. And don't have sales breath. All right. What else is in here? How would you organize 1,000 contacts? Because when I walked away from my previous job, he kept my data. So do you have it somewhere? Do you have like an Excel sheet? Because what I like to do is, I don't dump everything into the database. Clean it where it lives. You can, so download the import spreadsheet and start working it from there. And then work with your local market center tech trainer to get it uploaded once you've got it. But clean it up, because emojis and emoticons and iPhones do not translate in. I just had to clean a database of like 18,000 people, and the person put a heart or a tiger or I'm like, come on now. And it doesn't translate in. So clean it. Garbage in, garbage out. And
Yeah, go ahead, Burp.
Get it out to the people you do know. Start building. Start going to open houses and covering them. Start door knocking if it's allowed in your area. Work with agents who are experienced and need leverage of new agents to do things. Can't get an open house coverage? Guess what? Reach out to that agent and find out if somebody's door knocking for them. Do the door knocking, even if you can't do the open house. Get hungry. And take your classes. Learn your dialogues, communication. Practice on your peers, not your clients. Talk to your dog, talk to your kids, talk to the mirror, talk to yourself, record yourself, and update your voicemails. Don't be like, yo, 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 it's your cousin from Boston, leave a message. Click. We're professionals. Have a professional voicemail and make sure it doesn't get full. Because there is nothing more frustrating than trying to get a hold of you when I say, your voicemail's full.
You are so
See,
funny.
there's the salt. There's the salt.
Oh, man.
What other questions do you guys have before we close up and wrap up our conversation here in just a couple minutes?
And while you all are getting your questions together, putting into the chat, a big thing that Brooke also mentioned about just being yourself and having someone trust you. Again, it goes back to that quote where it says, if someone likes you, they'll have a conversation with you, but they trust you, they will definitely do business with you. So that's a big thing to always take away. And then with the databases, as we're getting into our database to data bank, please, please, please use custom tags. There's no limit. Tag up your database as much as possible.
My tags are insane.
Yeah,
They scare people.
there's all over the place, and it brings some intentionality to our databases and data banks when we are doing our lead generation or when we're doing lead follow-up. And then as Brooke mentioned, inside of Smart Plans, this will help us bulk add those people to Smart Plans, because now if they have that specific tag, we know the intention is to nurture that section of our data bank.
I love tags. My tags are insane. I have things like barbecue taco truck. I have alma maters. I have where they may have gone to college age kids, toddlers, dance moms, cat people, because we have allergies in our house. So we can't live in a house where there's cats ever. Everything, anything that where I pull up my phone and I look at a contact, I don't want to scroll through the notes, but I want a memory jogger. And that's what the tags do for me. So if I don't know what to talk about, I'm going to be like, have you been to any barbecue taco trucks recently? Right? Like, start a conversation about that. And then I use it for golf. We play a lot of golf around here. So if I'm looking to fill a foursome, I have a golf tag, and I make sure that I sort by my golf tag, and I look to see if they played with me because I tag it again. Client events, hobbies, things they do for work, vendor, you name it, put it in there. It's a memory jog. Yes, I'm not a good golfer, but I like it. Yes, and I do have sample tags on the website as well. And you can also see any of the Ignite stuff I have out there if you want to refresh yourself on the Ignite. Like I said, my website is open to anyone who needs help. And I'll pop it up again, but all the ways to find me, oops, I should probably be in here. All the ways to find me, from Facebook to LinkedIn. Zach has all this info as well. So anything you guys need.
Brooke, you're amazing. Thank you so much for pouring into our associates and leaders throughout our regions.
My
You are
pleasure.
always welcome here. I absolutely mean that. You're getting kudos and lots of great ahas and questions throughout our entire community. Thank you for all the resources. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I love, that's my jam, right? Content creation. And I don't tell anyone, I don't love ahas, right? My paradigm shift is that I want to know what you're going to take today and implement immediately. So that way your friends and peers on the call can hold you accountable. So who wants to be brave enough to raise their hand and tell us what they're going to implement into their business immediately? Be brave. Tom's brave.
Yeah, I'm an old dog, always learning new tricks. So I'm going to, implement your favorite smart plans and get those assigned. Quick question. So Command does not pick up automatically the birth dates that we've entered for our contacts. Is that right? In other words, the birthday plan won't automatically pick them up. We have to manually enter them.
Yes, you have to put a smart plan on someone and confirm, confirm, confirm. And that's to protect you from not making sure you have permission to contact an email or
Thanks
text
for your-
or call.
Thanks for your content today. It's really terrific. And your enthusiasm is magnetic. Thank you very much.
Joe, my pleasure. See, I'm not always salty. I can be sweet and nice. So we're seeing a lot of smart plans. Smart plans. They are magic. They are nerd magic.
Absolutely. They're your virtual assistants.
Mm-hmm. They are. How much time do you think you're going to get next week by just implementing a few of these things? How much time in 1 week do you think you're going to get back?
That's a great question. Okay. Zach says 6 hours. Who else? We all in agreement? Okay, 10 hours.
Woo!
Woo.
Woo!
That's some reclaiming those hours, right? All right.
90 minutes a day.
At
Yes.
least 90 minutes.
Vanessa, I just thought of something. If you're still here, I don't know if she's still here. I can't tell. I just put in a link to my Ready Player One, which is a class that focuses on business to business relationships. There is a lead gen poster in there that you can print out and do something every single day, from getting 3 people in and getting the health score up to 80. So if you're looking for something that's B2B, because that's your world, pour into it that way, right? That way you're never fighting with other top agents for those mortgage referrals, those title referrals, those lawyer referrals. Pfft, you've got a community that's going to feed you. What else?
Brooke,
Any other? Any
You're
others?
amazing. Lots of thank yous, lots of ahas.
Great.
You are absolutely incredible.